I have a lot of sourdough discard. So today I'm gonna make 2 sandwich loaves with the discard. If you watched the video that I made on the 3-hour sandwich bread, this is a very close version of that, but we're just gonna incorporate the sourdough discard to give it a little bit more flavor. 2 cups of warm water, 1 tablespoon of yeast. Give that a light mix. We're gonna let that activate. So my water was definitely a lot colder than I thought, and it was taking, I don't know, 15 minutes and the yeast hadn't activated yet. So I just put the bowl on top of a bowl of hot water and it instantly bloomed. Let's continue. 2 tablespoons of sugar, 1 tablespoon of salt, and a 1/4 cup of olive oil. Okay, give that a little mix. Add your sourdough discard, 1 cup, and give another little mix. 5 cups of flour. Jeannie. This is how it's looking. I'm unsure if I'm gonna need more flour. I'm gonna add more flour. I'm adding another 1/4 cup of flour because it is just a little more sticky than I'd like it. I want to be able to pull it out of the bowl and hold it. And if you can't pull it out of the bowl, add more flour. That's kind of what we're going with. It's definitely still sticky. I'm adding another 1/4 cup. Okay. So now we're up to 5.5 cups of flour because this is too sticky. Okay, that's what we're looking for. It pulls out of the bowl clean and stays into one uniform piece of dough. Still sticky, but that's okay. We're working with it. We're working with it. It doesn't help that I'm wearing a glove. I have a nasty cut on my finger, so I'm not trying to touch food with it. Yeah, ignore the glove, but it doesn't stick to my hand terribly. It's like a shaggy dough ball. Okay, so this is our end result. I ended up doing 5.5 cups of flour, and we're gonna cover her up. So this is my 3rd time making this sandwich bread recipe, and every time that I do it a little bit differently. I started with 5 cups of flour because you can always add more, but you can't take flour out. So I definitely would recommend just slowly adding the flour. We're gonna let this sit. I'm gonna check it like every 15 minutes or so. And once I see it starting to rise up, I'll probably do a few rounds of stretch and folds just to strengthen it. And when you make things with sourdough, it's a lot of eyeballing it and kind of rolling with the punches. It's really hard to follow a recipe, but I'm hoping if I can show you a visual on what I look for, it can help. If you end up making something similar to this, it can help you know what cues to look for. Or maybe this bread will be a total flop and you'll see what not to do. So we'll check back when there's something to look at. It's been 30 minutes and the dough has risen. I don't normally do stretch and folds with yeast doughs, but I'm going to just because I feel like it won't hurt it. It feels very fluffy and I didn't wet my hand or anything and it's not too sticky. Here it is. And we're gonna let this sit for another half hour or so. Okay, it's been another 30 minutes and it's definitely rising up. It feels very fluffy. And there we go. I think I'm gonna give it another 30 minutes. It's been another half hour. We are looking fluffy and jiggly. I mean, look at this. Pretty stinking good. Pretty stinking good. We'll check back in 30. I have my 2 loaf pans. I put parchment paper in them. Oh, this is gonna be fluffy. It's gonna be some good bread.
Let me feel it.
Here's one going into the loaf pan. Numero doso. Loaf number 2. So here they are. I'm gonna let these rise on the counter for half hour. All right, I'm gonna throw these into the oven. So I have the oven set to 350 and I'm gonna score the tops at about 10 minutes and then continue to bake them for 35 minutes until they're golden brown. So here they are, nice and golden brown. And if you eat dairy, now is the time to rub a stick of butter on the top of those bad Larrys. That came out super good, so I'm gonna put the recipe in the description. Thank you.